working to me. Whew, buddy. Okay. What are we doing today? I'm going to try to finish up some hobby projects today. Some stuff that's kind of just been lingering, kind of like in the background. I'm going to try to knock that out today. Reason being, my brain is not being particularly nice since yesterday. So I'm going to try to alleviate what I feel like is a mountain of hobby a little bit by finishing up some projects. So our brains really like two parts of any project that we do. We like to start them and we like to end them. And I'm feeling just a little overwhelmed by the number that I've started and not finished. So we're going to work on that. We're going to work on finishing some stuff up today. And the first thing I really want to do, I want to finish the windows for my deadman's hand setup. Because on some of the buildings, I put in fake glass windows, and I think they're cool AF. They're a little bit of a pain in the ass to put in, to be honest. But we're going to try to make that easier, and it's one of the reasons I haven't done them, and they've kind of just been lingering in the back of my mind, is because they are kind of a pain. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on them and try to get them done, and that should feel pretty good. Now, stuff being a pain is a pretty common trend for leftover hobby that I have. If I look at kind of my desk here, I have a whole lot of projects that I've started but not finished, and they've gotten to like the hard part, or a part that I don't really super enjoy. Like for example, my fire tiger is sitting here because I have to paint. My back has been kind of hurting the last couple days. I have to paint the tiger stripes on him, and I'm kind of worried about doing that, so I haven't started it. But he's been sitting here for like a week like this, waiting to get painted. So really I need to finish him too, right? Like, finish him, I need to paint his base. Why have I painted the base? I don't remember the color I used. Just flat out, I don't remember what color I used for the base from other ones. So I'm gonna have to experiment. Do I want to do that? No. Have I done that? No. Right? I have so many projects that I'm kind of bouncing around from one to one, and anytime I hit something that I don't want to do, or I'm like a little have some trepidation about, I'm just kind of moving on instead. So it's resulted in a whole lot of projects being started but not finished. So we need to fix that today. So we're going to start with Deadman's Hand windows. Fuck yeah, let's go. Okay. Oh. So I'm going to be super honest with you. I have enjoyed my Deadman's Hand project probably more than any other this year. Just genuinely, if I think about things like projects that like bring me joy and fun and stuff, it's this Deadman's Hand project. I fucking loved this thing. I want to add more buildings and stuff. I want to add more guys. I have all these guys assembled I need to paint. But to be honest, I really don't feel like I can, because I'm just kind of trapped in these other projects. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make ourselves a template, because I swore I had made a template previously when I did this, and I'm sure I put it somewhere very safe and secure, and now I can't find it. Sorry, I tightened up the camera a little bit there, so a little wiggly there. I apologize. So I'm sure I put it somewhere super safe and secure, but that sucks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to make ourselves a template. So That to me looks like right there. Because if we can make a template, cutting out the windows is going to be a lot easier. Okay, just a tiny bit higher still. Okay, that's good. All right, then we're going to cut it down a little. And this should be about it. Oh, still a little too high. That's fine. We're going to have to make a separate template for the door, but we got some left over, so it's okay. All right, now this template stuff, this is hardboard, I think it's called. It's the stuff that's on the back of a legal pad. It's like the slightly thicker, kind of not spongy cardboard. It's what I do all the bases out of. All right, so let's see. It's the tiniest little hair off the top. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, that's perfect height. Cool. Now we got to figure out the width. It looks like... Okay. This is not going to be it, but we'll take it anyway. There we go. Okay, we can see how closer we're getting. All right, so just a tiny bit more off. So yeah, I sat down to do hobby last night, and my brain was not being very kind to myself last night. I ended up staying up way too late. Go. Dun 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 dun. Awesome. All right, so we have a perfect template for that. That we're going to need. We're also going to need a windows for the door template. So we might as well do that while we're here. This one looks... Actually, we can just probably do this one from the outside. Oh, nope, the door's full then. Derp. Okay. Okay. So same deal. Just going to walk it down slowly. I could just measure the space, but that would be too easy. No, I don't know why I didn't think about that till just now. But yeah, I could have just measured this base. Derp. Oh well. Okay. There we go. Still a little bit high there on the top. We can fix that, and then we gotta take a little bit off the side there. We'll do both of those. Go. Okay, so let's see. That's a little short on the top, but not the end of the world. A little wide on the side at the bottom, so we'll take that off as well. Now, these templates are going to be used for cutting the material we're going to use for this. Now, if you have kind of hard, kind of plastic perspex, which is like clear plastic, yeah, see, we missed a little in the corner, but that's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. All right, so we got our two templates. Now we can start cutting out. Now, if you have hard plastic kind of perspex, that's awesome, right? Cool, do that. I don't have that. But what I do have are these bad boys. I build a lot of Gundams. I like building Gundams. I think it's relaxing. It's cool to get like a pseudo model action figure afterwards. Really fun. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend Gundam. And Gundam usually comes in these plastic bags. Oh. So the guy I showed you there isn't actually a Gundam. He's from some other TV show. I've never seen that TV show. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I love the designs from it. So anytime I can get my hands on one of the kits from it, I do. because I just absolutely love the designs for that. So this is the Aaron Rhino Grady exclusive. I don't know. It's gonna look like that. Really cool freaking design. It connects to this plane thing. I don't have the plane thing, but I've got a couple of these that are like mass production versions that are really cool. All right, so Gundam comes in these kind of clear bags that are actually kind of stiff, to be honest. And these are used so the parts don't bounce against each other in shipping. So they don't break. But he's not getting shipped anymore, so I can steal his bags. And let's be honest, I'll probably build that later today. And what we're going to do is we're going to trim this bag down. And we're going to use this to make windows. Because it's clear, it's semi-rigid, and frankly, it's free, right? Like, we don't need to go out and buy anything else. This is just would be trash otherwise. So, you know, save a little bit of trash. That's pretty good. Recycling some, right? Look, I'm a trash basher. There we go. All right. All right. Here we go. All right, the bottom there's still kind of screwed up, but it's okay. All right, and then what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to lay it out. I'm going to take my razor blade. I'm going to take my little buddy here, and I'm going to start cutting him out. Now, the challenge in this, one, you should do this on a cutting mat, not on a piece of foam, but my cutting mat's on my desk next to me. The challenge of this is that because this plastic stuff does not have a lot of texture to it, the template can slide around a lot. And that's a pain in the ass. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull it out. There we go. And we have a window. That's probably very hard to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set that to the side. Well, first let's test to make sure it works. And if it works, we'll make a bunch more. Okay, so this window is going to go in the window hole. And it fits damn near perfectly. But I lost it. Fuck, where did it go? See, this is the problem with doing windows. This is why it's a pain. Is working with the clear stuff. Alright, now if it's a little bubbly or whatever, it's fine. But yeah, see, it fits basically perfectly in there. And it's probably almost impossible to see on the camera. You can probably see a tiny bit of shine on it, and that's about it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to make up enough of these for this whole building. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy shit, this building has a lot of windows. This building has as many windows as 2 of the other buildings. Oh, yeah. Double-decker building craziness. Oh, my God. All right, and then we're just going to keep going. Now, I've got this edge here, so I'm going to try to use that edge, save myself a cut. Okay, so we're going to put it up to the template and slice, and the template wiggles. The pain in the tail. Oh, no. Missed it. There we go. And another one. Okay. Now we only need to do that 7 more times for 1 goddamn floor. Oy. By the way, these Dead Man's Hand buildings are like god tier. Dead Man's Hand itself, I've really freaking enjoyed it. My whole like animal themed Fievel Goes West setup is, I love it. So there are a couple like hobby projects that I think about, right? When I think about like hobby projects that I'm really like happy with, like conceptually. And the firewall goes west, like Rango kind of animal deadman scan setup is definitely one of those. That one, my Battletech city. Although, to be honest, I kind of want to remake my Battletech city. But, nope, no new projects. Finish things up. You know, as I have been streaming for a very long time now, actually. I used to call this kind of cleanup hobby debt. And what I would do is specifically like grab things that I know are on my desk that I haven't painted but I need to, like leftover guys here or commander there. See, that one's a little screwed up. There we go. You know, and I would call it hobby debt. And what I would do is I would usually take the month of December and do nothing but hobby debt. So nothing but the stuff that's left over, right? The HQ you missed here, the one special troop you missed there, that kind of stuff. You know, the one unit for the army that you fully painted, but the one unit is in the box, you know? That kind of stuff. I would take December and do that. But I didn't do that last year, so I have a lot of hobby debt left over. So I'm going to work on some of it. And ooh, that one's really screwed up. You know, maybe we'll get something cool in the end, right? Maybe get some of this finished up. Feel a little better mentally. And clean the desk up a little bit, right? That one's kind of really screwed up. It's okay. We'll figure it out. All right. I don't know how many I cut out, but I hit the end of that line. So let's go ahead and put some in. Because this is actually two-step. It's cutting them out, and then we're going to hit them with gloss Mod Podge after that. Because the gloss Mod Podge is going to add a little bit of like hold on, is my glue totally dead? Am I out of glue? No. One cannot be out of hobby glue. There we go. That's the tip head. Screwed itself up. Alright, just going to go ahead and put some glue down in there. And then we're going to grab ourselves a piece of plastic. And she goes in the bottom. And then she goes in the top, like that. And our window is in. Now the inside here, we're going to paint that with gloss Mod Podge in a little bit. The reason we're doing that is because it's going to add some distortion effect to the window. Old Wild West building windows would have been really kind of thick, kind of shitty glass. So there would actually be a lot of distortion on these windows. So it's something that's an effect I want to mimic. Because one of the reasons I started doing these windows is, one, it was just kind of a crazy hobby thing, and two, I didn't want to be able to look in the building and have it just be like 100% open, right? Fuck. This is the problem. Shit. Okay, can you not get glued to my finger? That would be amazing. See, it's fine when it goes right. It's not fine when it goes wrong. There we go. Alright. 3 of them in. Let's keep going. We're going strong. We've got a combo. I also purposely picked the place with the most windows first so that we can, because it's the biggest hurdle, right? I didn't want to add any kind of hurdle to me working on this. So I was like, fuck it, we're going to do the biggest window place first. And that is my brothel. Now, I'm actually happy I didn't put the furniture in this building yet, because they're actually releasing a another two-step building with saloon doors. So because they're doing that, I'm really happy that I didn't put the furniture in here, because this was going to be my saloon / brothel. But now, because they're releasing like a dedicated saloon, I'm going to make this just a brothel. And then I'm going to pick up the saloon building. Because it'll have like the swingy double saloon doors on it, which is really cool. All right, let's see. Yep, this is the busted one. That's fine. So yeah, the swingy double saloon doors I think will be really neat. So looking forward to that. It also is going to have a different top and stuff on it, which is cool too. Shit. There we go. All right. There we go. So that's a piece of glass in every window. We haven't done the doors yet. We'll do them next. But you can already see that there's like a distortion effect on there. Part of that's going to be super glue, which is fine. Any glue that like gets pushed over, right? We don't want these to be crystal clear. But part of it is just that there actually is something there now. You can see it, for example, here versus there, right? So we got to do the doors on that one. But I think I have one left. I do. I cut out an extra. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and put that in while we've got all this stuff out, and then we'll cut out some more. Now, I watch, a bunch of other YouTubers. One of the YouTubers I watch is a guy named Mel the Train Tutor. And Mel's had some issues recently with mental health and stuff. That really sucks, right? As a person who's dealing with that myself every day, specifically today, it sucks, right? It blows. Not a good time, right? Like, you literally... Like, the ability to sit here and have my head be quiet is like, doesn't exist, right? My brain just doesn't shut the fuck up, right? Everything I do is wrong, everything I say is wrong, everything I've said in the past is wrong, right? It's just this constant kind of anxiety. And it's something called GAD, or generalized anxiety disorder, right? It doesn't really come from like a specific event, right? It just is part of existing, which is not particularly nice. Now, Mel's been talking about some of his issues, and I think it's very interesting because I see Mel do something that I myself do, and I just felt it a second ago, and this is why I mentioned it. As I see Mel escalate his situation. And what I mean by that is that Mel will be doing one thing, and then he'll be like, oh, I can also do this. That's easy. I can do that too. And I do that all the time. And it means that I very rarely feel like I'm done, and I always feel like I'm behind. Now, this is not a very good thing. This is super bad, because it means you're not getting the reward from the hobby, right? Um, shit. I huffed and I puffed and I blew them all away. You know, you're not getting that finished dopamine result. So an example of this that I can literally give you, because it just happened a millisecond ago, is that as I was doing these windows, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. You know what? I should go 3D print all that mine terrain that I've been meaning to do. Why haven't I done that yet? You know, and that's instantly what my brain did. And that's not good, right? It's not good for a lot of reasons, but it's not good for my ability to feel like things are done or relaxed or any of that. It's just a bad time. It's a bad time for everybody. So I'm not going to do that. And this is something that I see Mel do a lot in his videos, Mel the Terrain Tutor. Because Mel is very talented and very skilled. And a lot of the terrain stuff is very easy for him. So he will kind of move that goalpost constantly. And it's unfortunate because it means that like he never really seems like stuff is done, you know, and that really sucks because I know that feeling. I know it sucks, and I know it must suck for Mel the Terrain Tutor too. Now the really fun thing about all of this is that while I recognize that behavior in Mel, I don't know him personally, so I'm not going to message him and be like, stop doing this thing, right? But two, if I was, it would actually probably make him more anxious, because he would now be aware of what he's doing, right? Just be aware of like the Lego talk that he's doing while he's hobbying. We're actually broken in that corner. Okay, we'll fix that while we're here too. Nice. There we go. There we go. She'll glue up nice now. There we go. And then we can put these in. Now, obviously, if you're putting windows in your Great Escape games, cowboy buildings, do not do this before you top coat it. I mean, obviously, right? But do not do that, because when you top coat it, these will get really screwed up looking, because they're going to grab the probably matte sealer that you're going to use for it, and it's going to look like crap. So try not to do that. You want to top coat everything. This should be basically the very last step. Man, that template works really good. Holy shit. That works so much better than when I was doing it before. Because now that I think about it, the template I'd used before was actually a clear plastic template. So I was holding clear plastic on top of plastic. Ugh. Wow, okay. Man, making that cardstock template was so much better. It's not really cardstock, it's the hardboard, but still, so much better. Okay. Alright, now, because I don't want two different sizes of these damn things floating around, what I'm going to do is that one right? No. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab the other building and we're going to put the rest of these windows in. I don't know if I cut out too many or enough, but we'll see. We'll put in everything I cut out at least, and then we'll do the doors. But you can see, if you really cared about this being clear, be very careful with the amount of super glue you put on. I actually want these to be murky. That's the whole point of doing this. So because of that, I'm not bothering with the super glue. If I put too much on it, it drips or whatever, that's fine. Alright, 1 second. Ugh. when you come to upgrade your buildings, don't break your buildings like I just did. Ugh. This is my mine office. I did a really bad job on the sign on this one. I should repaint it, but I'm not going to. Ay, ay, ay. Broke the front off. Alright, we'll fix that. Fuck. Shit. Remember how I was like, you don't have to worry about being careful with the glue, and then I totally, completely, absolutely screwed the glue up? Yeah, you gotta be a little careful with the glue. It's not sitting right. You might actually have an easier time working with these if you cut them all out and then painted them with the Mod Podge, the gloss Mod Podge that we're going to use on the inside, and then like tried putting them in that way. You might actually have an easier time doing them if you did that. Just thinking about it now. That would definitely take more time though, because you'd have to wait for the Mod Podge to set and everything. Because this way we're just going to paint the inside of the window in Mod Podge at the end. And we're going to do that after we get all the windows in. Sitting weird. It's in the top. It must have just been a little tiny bit big. It's okay. Never notice it. Alright, looks like we almost cut out exactly enough. We need one more. We're cut out after this. And then we gotta do the doors. And we're gonna need 4 doors. Yeah, we're going to need 4 doors. Yeah, it's really nice to reuse like a, you know, what would be a trash material for your hobby, and for something that gives it some unique flavor. I think it's pretty darn cool. Alright, we need one more wall or window. We're going to do that real quick. To the window! To the wall! Putting on the glue. But yeah, it feels really good to, you know, get a project more done, right? These are still gonna need, see, I'm doing it again, but these are still gonna need the like scatter furniture inside of them. But actually really worked out that I didn't put that on yet. All right, so we need 4 windows, 4 doors, 4 doors. And we're going to save this, and I'm going to put it somewhere where I'm going to remember it. And I'm totally going to lose it, I'm sure. All right. But yeah, for I don't know what I was saying. Totally forgot. I apologize. I think it was talking about military tutor and escalating, and that I was very happy that. Okay, we're gonna put that there. So I want to make sure this template works. So we're going to try it out on this door here. Now, just like the other ones, I'm going to put these on the inside. So actually, we could do that. That would be easier. Bonk, 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 bonk. Anyway. So the sweat drips down and falls. Which has been happening a lot in Hawaii. Oh my god, man, it's so goddamn hot. Oop, nope, we're not sitting correctly. Yeah, it's like summer is here with a vengeance, man, I tell you, in Hawaii. So I always tell everyone that's going to come out here that Hawaii is literally the same day every day. And like mentally you can't really prepare yourself for that because it's kind of weird, to be honest. Especially when you've lived somewhere that doesn't like that. However, that same day is the perfect day. Unfortunately, today that's making me a liar. Because, man, it's been super hot out here last couple days. Alright, we actually need 5 windows. So we need 4 more from this point forward. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. And we'll just go back up here. There's 3. And last but not least, go. Okay. That one might be a little screwed up. We'll figure it out as we go. Oh. Alright. Open the door up. Yeah, this template I think might be a little short. Actually. But we'll figure it out. Yeah, it's a tiny bit short in the one corner. That's okay. Honestly, you'll never see that. Especially if I split the difference a little bit. You'll mega never see it then. There we go. Okay. Alright. That one's got all of its glass. Ugh. Let's do this guy here. Yeah, my lower back's been hurting me this weekend. It's like right at my fucking tailbone. It's a part of your back called the cauda equina. That's where the nerves from your spine basically leave your spine. If anyone's curious, the cauda equina means horsetail. There we go. All right. Okay. My whole brothel is good to go. Bonk. Bonk, bonk, bonk. this guy here. Sorry, I haven't been super checking the camera, so you guys might have not had the best view. Last week when I did Space Marines, I had a whole bunch of viewers. I had like 12 people one time. I felt so special. But it was because I was doing GW stuff. And that's kind of unfortunate, to be honest. Not that I was doing GW stuff. I was having a lot of fun. I was painting these. Super happy with how they came out. It was just kind of, I don't know. Other games don't get as much attention. And that's unfortunate. You know? I am smelling this super glue way too much, so we need to finish up with this super glue. All right, and that's every window put in. Da-da-da-da. Now we need to Mod Podge them, which won't take very long, but that's our goal now. So because I broke this overhang piece, I'm going to do the other building first. So if you're curious how to get rid of these half overhangs, that's a full overhang that I just cut in half. Because I wanted to differentiate the buildings a little bit. Alright, 1 second. The hobby rack that I bought and modified from the game store, which I don't know if I've ever actually showed it off on camera. Hold on. 1 second. There it is. Yeah, it's really nice. It's got a spot at the bottom for all these kind of big cans, and then a spot for like crap paints and really fancy paints, and then pro acryl stuff, all that. It's actually an old army painter paint rack. And I cut out every other arm, every other rack, and it is literally perfect. It is literally the perfect paint rack for me now. All right, and I want to save the template. There we go. Okay. Now it's Mod Podge time. And if you were like, WTF is Mod Podge, Mod Podge is polyvinyl acrylate, or PVA glue, white glue, mixed with acrylic medium. Acrylic medium is the stuff that's basically holds the pigments in acrylic paint. So acrylic paint is actually like this mesh, and it kind of just traps the pigments. It's like this plastic mesh. See? And I'm just applying it all inside here in the windows. And it's going to be thicker in some areas and thinner in some areas. And that's perfectly fine. That's what we want. Because glass at this time would have been fucking garbage. Especially if these buildings are a little bit older. So the cowboy times exist in this really weird era where they went all the way to like almost World War II. No, not that high. They went to like past the Great Depression kind. But it's just really strange. So when you think of them, you think of like really old times, you know? But they actually were these kind of little towns, and mining and all this kind of stuff actually was, it lasted a pretty long time, really. You know, there's that famous joke where it's like Abraham Lincoln could have sent a fax to a samurai and a cowboy or some shit like that, right? Because history is fucking weird like that. I don't know. I'm not a big super history buff. I'm sure some history buff is probably like, Jesus, you don't know anything about the cowboys. And you're right, I don't. My extent of cowboy knowledge is some spaghetti western movies, and the cowboy movie I watched the most ever out of any cowboy movie, which is Five Goes West. Which is probably not really a cowboy movie, but to me it's a cowboy movie. So then again, my whole cowboy, oh wow, that one's really crooked. I didn't realize. Crap. We gotta fix that real quick. Shit. Make sure they're all in right before you consider it done. It's still not in right. What the hell? Come on. This one's really, really screwed up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. But yeah. So I'm sure some history buff will be like, no, you don't know anything about the cowboys. And that's probably accurate. Yeah, you can see this one's really screwed up. It's okay. I do know, I might not know anything about cowboy history, but I do know that the windows at this time would not have been perfect. So, that's fine. And it's the back window and the back of a brothel. I mean, that's fine. But yeah, this is how you add windows to your Dead Man's Hand, Great Escape games, awesome buildings of awesomeness. Let's do the lower floor of the brothel, I guess. That's fine. What I should do is I should make some curtains. Probably actually do that out of like pretty cool construction paper. Actually do it like a paper craft thing. It would probably actually be pretty awesome. Especially for the brothel, I feel like I should have curtains. Maybe not for any of the other buildings, but definitely for the brothel, I feel like I should have curtains. Could also actually just do it actually out of cloth That's actually a thing that could happen as well. Yeah, this one's a little screwed up too. Oh, that one's really screwed up. Okay, that one we gotta fix too. Yeah, I feel like I could do pretty cool like paper craft curtains. Although I bet there's some 3D printed ones that are probably really dope. And I could 3D print up. That seems like the kind of like gubbins that 3D printing's really good for. The kind of stuff that like would probably be a pain to actually hand make, but ooh, this one's screwed up too, man. There we go. So yeah. You can see this one's sliding around a little as I paint it. That's because the glue that I pulled up is all dried, so there's no super glue on it anymore. The Mod Podge will hold it, right? Because I put some Mod Podge on the inside of the like window panes, but it's just, it doesn't hold instantly, so like the super glue does. There we go. All right, the brothel is all done. And she will need to dry still. And when she does, she'll have nice semi-clear windows. But da-na-na-na, there she is. Finally done. Good old big hole, the brothel of my Colorado animal town for Deadman's Hand. I'll go put her back. And we'll do the mine office. But yeah, I would say look how easy this is, but it's actually kind of a pain in the tail. But it's really cool. It adds a lot of neat personality. And honestly, I have so many different games and model ranges and stuff, but like, if you're gonna basically just do like a couple of game ranges, doing this kind of like extra stuff is kind of really fun, right? You wind up in this situation where you just end up having this like crazy over the top table. And that's pretty cool. I know I was speaking about Mel the Train Tutor earlier, and I'm going to mention him again because he actually did some work on the Sarissa Precision MDF kits. So Sarissa Precision makes a whole bunch of MDF kits for this game if you don't want to do the plastic ones. So he did a thing where he like detailed up like a windmill and stuff, and it was really cool. kind of made me want to be like, man, my town could use a windmill. You know? Ooh, that one's really screwed up. Okay. Alright, that other window I just touched is really screwed up. Okay. Let's fix that. Come on. Shit, I broke that one. It's okay. It should, I think, still go on and work pretty well. I guess if you wanted to make broken windows, that would actually be how you do it, I guess. Yeah, I guess you would just make an abnormal shape and glue it in. This is going to be a pain in the tail. Alright, that's going to need to set for a minute before I keep fucking with it. I say as I instantly start fucking with it again. Ugh! But yeah, he did a thing where he like detailed out some of the MDF buildings, or specifically like a windmill and some other kind of windmill adjacent thing. And it was really cool. I was like, man, that looks like a lot of fun. I got too many damn projects right now. There we go. Alright, I try to get this one fixed. I'm just going to try to stipple on because I feel like if I brush a little bit it might really screw it up. So I'm just going to try to stipple on. There we go. Okay, that are the two buildings all done. Windows all done. Oh, we did it, fam. I really want to repaint this mine office sign. I feel like I did a really bad job on it. I feel like I did a bad job on that sign. I kind of want to repaint it. I think the thing that I really don't like is this here. Just the two capital F's I think make it look really off. Ironically off, right? I think they make it look really off when the C and the E are small. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll clean it up one day. But not right now. Right now, she is done. She's got her little cactus there in the front. I don't have anything in the back of this one. That's fine. Ugh. And we did all the windows and all the doors. We did it. Hell yeah, go us. Alright. And on that note, because I accomplished something, I'm going to take a break. But, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for sticking with me while I work on my hobby and try to get my brain stopping a D-bag. It's really hot, so I'm taking my ring off. We're gonna put it on that guy's tree. You guys can't even see that. There you go. He's gonna be my ring holder now. Alright, till I 3D printed my head, because too many damn projects. Alright, I'm gonna call it there though.